Xander POV. I just got the weirdest mind link from Zane that Sarah lied to him about being with you. Why would you tell him she wasn't here? It must have been important if she didn't want him to know. Are you kidding me right now? I hoped you wouldn't lie to me, and I won't lie to Zane. What happened after you told him she wasn't here and that she lied? I told him not to jump to conclusions and talk to her. Precious, you didn't answer. Would you lie to me? You are misunderstanding me. What if she wanted to surprise him? Then you just ruined it. I would never lie, but I would keep a secret if it was for a surprise. I never thought about that. I also just jumped to something negative. Emma comes toward me and wraps her arms around my neck. You and your brother need to trust your mates, she says with a grin. I trust you, Precious. That's why what you said confused me. I think that Zane is nervous, that what he did in the past is going to come back to bite him. I hope he wasn't too hard on her and listened to her explanation at least. I am sure even if he got mad, he got over it quickly. He loves Sarah. I made us dinner and I thought we could watch a movie. I would love that. Xander, thank you for taking care of me. Anything for you, Precious. Emma POV. After Xander tells me about what happened with Sarah, I can't stop thinking about my friend, and if she is upset, I decide to mind link her to make sure she is okay. Needless to say, I can't unhear the things I heard when she opened her link by mistake. I guess that means that they are okay. I will check on her in the morning. Xander and I enjoyed dinner followed by a movie that I fell asleep halfway through. Making our daughter is tiring. I feel him lift me off the couch and carry me to our bedroom. Nil POV. I am glad that Emma, Sarah, and the others came yesterday with my mate. It was good to see them all, and I am thrilled to have Cassie. She is perfect. I can't believe I finally have my destined mate. I couldn't be happier. She insisted on coming with me to check on the former Luna today. I open her car door, and we both walk up the front steps of her house. I knock and we wait. I had let her know I would be stopping by a few days ago. The door opens and Luna Alyssa is smiling at us. Hello, Luna. It's good to see you. Neil, it's good to see you. Who is this lovely girl with you? This is my mate Cassie and the future Luna of the Crimson Pack. I see a strange look for only a second on her face, but it's gone as quick as it came. Isn't that wonderful? Come inside, both of you. We can have some tea. We walk inside following Luna Alyssa into a large sitting room. We take a seat while she goes to the kitchen to get the tea. I have a strange feeling, like I'm being watched. I look over at Cassie to ask if she notices anything strange, and her eyes get big as she begins to scream. That's the last thing I hear before I have pain in my back and the world goes black. Oh, Goddess, don't take her from me when I just found her is my last thought. Cassandra POV. Neil is an amazing mate and alpha. I am so happy I tagged along with my cousin. When he tells me he will be visiting the former Luna that happens to be Chase's mother, I am apprehensive. I refuse for him to go alone because I don't trust anyone in that family after what Chase did to Emma. When we get there, I take Neil's hand and we walk up to the front door. The woman that opens the door seems nice, but I know that looks can be deceiving. As soon as Neil introduces me as the future Luna of the Crimson Pack, I see the flash of who she really is. I am sure that Chase learned his fucked up ways from someone. I hope we are not here long. I have no desire to be around this woman. We follow her inside, and she offers us tea. As we sit and wait for her to return from the kitchen, I am feeling very uncomfortable. I turn to Neil to tell him, but I see a large man that must be an alpha based on his size, coming out of the hallway toward Neil with his claws out. I scream for Neil, but it's too late. He slashes him on the back. I jump up from my chair, and that bitch of a Luna grabs me, putting something over my mouth. I fight as hard as I can, but unfortunately whatever she put over my mouth brings darkness. Chase POV. I see Neil sitting on a chair in my mother's living room as I watch from the hallway. He is a fucking traitor. We were best friends. I need to incapacitate him, and then that bitch will be easy to take care of. I dip my clawed hand in wolfsbane and creep from the hallway. As soon as I am close enough, I hear that horse scream, but it's too late. I swipe my claw across his back, and he immediately passes out. He will be much easier to get rid of now that he's unconscious. Shockingly, my mother takes care of his mate. Thanks, Mom, I appreciate the help. I laugh. Fuck you, Chase. If this wasn't your father's legacy, I wouldn't help you do SHT. This little bitch will never be Luna as long as I am alive. What is your plan now, Chase? I will be gathering my new pack and reclaiming my territory. Then, I will be making Emma and her new pack pay with their lives. I mind-linked Kevin, who was in the spare room in case I needed help with Neil, to come take care of these two. I brought him only if I needed help to overtake Neil. I wanted to do it myself, since Neil's betrayal is personal, but I have never fought fair, only to win. He calls one of the rogues to take the bitch, and he takes Neil. When we get back to the cottages, gather all of our pack. Today, we reclaim what was taken from us. Unknown POV. I head to the pack house, since Chase just called that the Alpha and Luna have been taken care of. When I get inside, I see the warrior that Neil has been using as a beta standing in the empty kitchen. I am going to be beta now, so we don't need him anymore. I walk up to the Damas. What the hell do you want? He says. But I take my claws across his neck, cutting his throat. His eyes get big, and he falls to the floor. I chuckle. Your job, Chase POV. I enter the pack house and see one of my former warriors laying on the ground, with his throat slashed. I see my cousin coming from the living room area. You did well. I will reward you for all your hard work as soon as we make Emma and the Wildfire pack pay. You told me I will be made beta, not that Damas Kevin. Where is he anyway? He is taking care of Neil and his mate. You don't question me. I am the Alpha. When I say you are beta, then, and only then, will you be beta. Do you understand me? Yes, Chase, I understand. Address me properly, or I will take it as a sign of disrespect from you. I am sorry, Alpha Chase. I am not trying to be disrespectful. I just want to be fighting by your side. You will be. I need you to round up all the people who didn't stand with us, with the rogues' help, and place them in the dungeon. Yes, Alpha, I will take care of it. Very good. I will see you in an hour to go over our plan to attack that Mutt's pack. Alpha Chase, when we do attack the pack, can I choose a mate? When we win, cousin, you can have any mate you want, I say with a smile. I know where my cousin's mind is, and I could care less. My cousin nods, smiling, and leaves the pack house. It's good to be home. Instead of those cottages, I head to my office, and nothing has really changed beside a picture of the traitor and his mate on my desk. I smash it, throwing it in the garbage. I mind-link Kevin to come to my office. A few moments later he walks in. Yes, Alpha. Has the traitor and the whore been taken care of as I ordered? Yes, Alpha, they have been dealt with. Excellent. I assume you saw the dead warrior downstairs. Yes, Alpha, I did. Can you tell me what happened to my brother? Apparently, my cousin got over-eager and eliminated the previous beta. Your brother, Is that going to be a problem? Are you going to want to avenge your brother Kevin? I am not happy about his death, but we both made our choices, Alpha. Good, I would hate to lose you as my beta. My cousin will never be a good beta with the impulsivity. You're dismissed. Send me one of the Omega women now. I need to rechristen my office. He turns without a word, leaving my office. Unknown POV. I can't believe this is happening. Chase is like a damn monster. He has taken everyone who remained with Neil and locked them up. The only reason I wasn't taken was because I am his family, not that he has any loyalty. I am sure he means to use me in some way. After all I heard he did to Emma, he is capable of anything. I need to get to the Wildfire Pack and warn them. I don't care if we are related after everyone goes to sleep tonight while I am on border patrol. I am leaving for the Wildfire Pack. They may not believe me, but I have to try to stop this madness. I think they killed Neil and Cassie. He was Chase's best friend growing up. Zane POV. I am in the shower before bed, after the exciting day we had yesterday. I was glad for the low-key day today. We haven't told anyone yet, but we plan on having dinner tomorrow with the family to announce our pup. Sarah is in bed waiting for me. She has been nauseated most of the day. I hate that part of the pregnancy for her. I am just drying off when a mind link comes from Border Patrol. Alfie, we have a female here from the Crimson Pack, saying she needs to speak with you immediately. What is her name? She refuses to tell us for fear you won't see her. I will be right down. That makes no sense. Neil is a good alpha, nothing like Chase. Why would a member need to talk to me? I throw on sweatpants and a t-shirt heading out of the bathroom. When Sarah sees me, she is immediately on her feet. What's happening, Zane? A female from the Crimson Pack is at the border and wants to meet with me, but won't tell us who she is. What the hell? Who could that be? I am coming with you. Are you sure you are up to that, my love? She gives me the death stare and I say no more. I wait for Sarah to throw on jeans and a t-shirt and we head down to my office. On the way I mind link Xander to meet us in the office and bring Emma if she wants to come. I explain the situation and I am sure Emma will feel the same way Sarah did. We sit behind my desk and Xander with Emma walking behind him head for the couch. A knock sounds on the door and the guards escort a female in that I have never seen before. Brianna, what the fuck are you doing here? Sarah growls. I place my hand on her arm and rub in circles. Let's hear what she has to say, my love, and then we will determine what to do. Brianna POV. Once we get inside the pack house, I start to get nervous. I know Sarah does not like me, but she has no idea why I was such a bitch to her when she dated Benjamin. I hope they will at least hear me out. I enter the office and Sarah immediately jumps up yelling at me. Thankfully her mate calms her down enough that I can explain why I have come. Sit down, Brianna, and explain why you are here, Zane says. I have come to warn you about Chase. Bullshit you have, Sarah spits back at me. Sarah, I know how you feel about me, and after my behavior you have every right. But you don't know why I acted that way toward you. I will explain that after. Right now we have more pressing things to discuss. Chase has taken back over the pack. He, along with his mother's help, killed Neil and Cassie today. You're a liar. That's not true. Sarah starts screaming and crying. Zane picks her up and tries to comfort her the best he can. I hate to be the one to tell her I know how close she is with Cassie. I continue. He came back to the pack and has imprisoned everyone that didn't stand with him against your pack. And Emma, they are making a plan to come here to kill you all. Sarah stops crying for a moment. Where is your brother, Brianna? Now, I will explain why I was such a bitch to you. Benjamin isn't well, Sarah. He is not who you think he is. He is just like Chase. He may have acted sweet to you, but that is not who he is. I was glad when you were not his mate. Do you know what he did to his mate because he wanted you? Zane growls and holds her tighter. What are you talking about? Benjamin found his mate not long after he turned 18 and he killed her, Sarah. He threatened to kill me if I ever told, and Chase knew he did it. I can feel the bile rise in my throat as I have to think about my own brother this way. Sarah, he would hurt me as a child, and my parents never got him the help he needed. He is a mean wolf just like Chase. He plans on having you when they win the battle, or so he thinks. Over my dead body, will anyone ever touch my mate? Zane says. How do we know that Chase didn't send you to trick us? I have no proof besides that if you call the pack, he will probably answer the phone, the arrogant bastard he is. Emma POV. Zane, do you have any of the truth potion left from Josie? I have enough for one last dose. Are you willing to take the potion that won't allow you to lie, Brianna? So we know you are not working with Chase. Absolutely, I want nothing to do with my brother or my cousin's evil deeds. I give Brianna the potion, and after 5 minutes we ask all the questions about the story. She just told us it is all the truth, and Sarah is devastated. I take her from Zane, hugging her close to me. I'm so sorry, Sarah. I know how close you were to Cassie. We will make both those bastards pay for all the people they hurt. I promise. I look at Xander, and he nods his head to me. Brianna, I am going to show you to a guest room. As we begin to walk out, Sarah calls to Brianna. Brianna, I wish you told me back then what was going on. We could have been friends. That must have been awful to grow up with a monster, and thank you for trying to protect me. Sarah walks over and hugs Brianna, who is now crying. I can't wait to make these sick bastards pay for all their wrongdoing. Benjamin POV. How could you do this to us? Benjamin, one of the warriors I trained with, yells at me. I grab him by the throat and slam him against the wall. I was never with you worthless wolves. Alpha Chase is the only one I stand with. You were just foolish sheep to follow Neil. Soon Chase will have Emma, and I will have Sarah. We will dispose of all of you traitors. I drop him to the floor and kick him in the stomach. Get in the cell, I say while grabbing him and throwing him inside. I growl, baring my teeth at everyone in the cells before I walk away from the useless wolves. The rogues follow me upstairs, and I find Kevin taking his brother's body out of the kitchen. He looks toward me, and I smile at him. Something to say, Kevin? Not right now, and it's beta to you. You know the title you don't have. I go to lunge toward him, and I hear a loud growl. I turn to see Chase standing in the doorway. Enough, Benjamin. Are you done with what I asked you to do? Yes. Alpha, we just finished putting the prisoners downstairs. When do you want us to get rid of them? Calm down, Benjamin, all in good time. I want you in my office in 20 minutes. Kevin, come to my office when you're done taking care of your brother's body. Chase says. I would like to snap Kevin's neck next, I think to myself, but I will bide my time. Emma POV. After I show Brianna to her room, I head to find Xander. When I get to our floor, I head into the living room, and he is sitting on the couch. I go to sit next to him, and he wraps his arm around me. We are going to stop him, Emma. I promise you. I know we will, but how many more people will suffer before we do? I just want this to be over so we can raise our pup in peace. I promise you, before our daughter is born, we will take care of him. I lean in and kiss his lips. He pulls away and puts his forehead to mine. I love you so much, Emma. I would be lost without you. I can feel something I am not going to like coming, Xander. I cross my arms over my chest and wait for him to say what he is thinking. I know you want to be there when we end Chase, but with the baby growing, and you not being able to shift into Ruby, I wish you would consider staying behind to help the pack. That was a very diplomatic way to say you don't want me to go. I appreciate it more than telling me I can't. I will say that. Emma, you know he is right, Ruby chimes in. So now you are ganging up on me with our mate. You know that is not true, Emma. But I can't help you, and we need to protect our pup at all costs. I think for a few minutes, I had really hoped to be there to see Chase gets what he deserves. But I don't want my daughter to get hurt. Either. I take a deep breath and make Xander happy. Fine, I will stay with Sarah and help the pack stay safe. Xander breaks out into the biggest smile. Really, you are going to stay home and not fight? Don't make me change my mind, because I hate not being there. I'm sorry, precious. I'm just so happy to know you'll be safe. I smile and he kisses me again. I am going to check on Sarah, and then I'll be back. Okay, precious, don't be long. Sarah POV. I am sitting on a chair in our bedroom. Zane keeps trying to comfort me, but I feel like I'm in shock. Cassie is dead, and it's my fault. I wish I never took her with us that day. I know she wouldn't want to be without Neil, but at least she would be alive. Love, you have to stop beating yourself up. Cassie wouldn't want that. It's not good for the pup. I know, Zane, but I can't stop the way I feel. No sooner do I answer him when a knock sounds on the door. It has to be Emma or Xander. They are the only two allowed up here. Zane says enter, and the door swings open. Emma has a huge smile on her face, and I can't figure out what the hell she is smiling about. After the news I just got, Emma, what the hell are you smiling about? Cassie is dead. Her smile falters, but only for a second. I am smiling because my sister is having a pup. I look a little confused, and then I realize she means mean USHT. You were eavesdropping. In my defense, I just didn't want to interrupt any sexy time. I chuckle and Emma wraps me in her arms. We were planning on telling everyone at dinner. I won't say anything, I promise. Congratulations to both of you. She turns toward Zane and hugs him. I wish this bad news didn't feel like it is overshadowing the good news. It's okay to be happy about our pup, love, and still mourn for our loss. I smile at Zane. He really is perfect. He comes over, taking me into his arms. When he puts me down, he says he needs to make a call to Elder Shane to inform him of what Brianna told us. He goes to sit on the couch to make the call, and Emma sits with me, offering me comfort. I am lucky to have all these people in my life. Chase POV. Benjamin and Kevin are both throwing death glares at each other in my office. The two of you need to get your heads out of your asses, because if you screw up my plans, you are both dead. Yes, Alpha, they say in unison. Great, now let's get down to business. I have decided we are going to have a sneak attack. Kevin, you and the warriors will be a diversion. I want you to go to the border, like we are attacking. I will send half the rogues, also while you are fighting them myself, Benjamin, and the other half of rogues will be getting Emma and Sarah. Are you both clear on your roles during this battle? Yes, Alpha, they again say in unison. We attack tomorrow at dusk, so prepare the men. Chase POV. I knew that plan was solid. Hopefully Kevin and the others were able to serve as the distraction we needed. Benjamin injects Sarah with wolfsbane at the same time that I do Emma. With both of them out, like a light, we easily throw them over our shoulders and head from the wildfire pack territory, followed by the rogues. By the time those assholes realize what's happening, we will be back at the Crimson Pack territory. The rogues will run back, but we stashed a car to be able to transport the girls. Once we have them situated, Emma next to me in the passenger seat and Sarah in the back seat with Benjamin, I take off at full speed. That dick of a beta thought he could have my pup and my Luna over my dead fucking body. We arrive about an hour and a half later, and I check in to see if Kevin made it back. When I try to mind link him, I am met with nothing. We head inside the pack house, and I tell Benjamin to take both girls and put them in my bedroom. Sarah is mine, Chase, you promised. I step up in front of Benjamin, and if he wasn't holding Sarah, I would have my hand around his throat. Don't you ever question me again, or call me out of my title. I am the fucking alpha, and I give all the orders in this pack. If you don't like it, you can leave or die, your choice. I am your blood and I have done everything for you. That is why you are still around. But if you continue to disrespect me, I will forget all about that. Now, do what the fuck I said and put the girls in my room. When I am done with her, I'll let you know. I can see he wants to argue, but he just nods. Yes, Alpha. I start up the stairs, and he follows me till we get inside. He lays Sarah down, and I put Emma right next to her. I turn around and Benjamin is staring at Sarah. Let's go, we have things to handle. And I better not catch you near this room without my permission. Yes, Alpha, he says and turns walking out of the room. We head to my office, and both take a seat. I again try to mind link Kevin without a response, and I assume he is dead. Well, I guess you got your wish. Kevin seems to be dead. That's good. Now, I will be beta just like you said. I don't have it in me to correct him, but he will never be my beta. Go down and check on the prisoners. Once you have done that, get a count on how many rogues survived. Yes, Alpha, he says, leaving my office. I head back to my bedroom. I want to prepare the girls, for when they wake I am going to enjoy torturing and fucking them both. Their new mates will suffer while I take what I deserve. Once I reach the room, I enter to find the girls haven't woken up yet, so I get to work. I tie both their arms and legs to the bed frame. I take both their dresses off, leaving them in bra and panties. I can't help myself but to rub over Emma's round belly swollen with my pup. I put my face near her stomach. Don't worry, little one, daddy's here. I go take a seat in the chair and wait for the two bitches to wake up, so they are aware everything I am about to do to them. Xander POV. I am running at top speed when we reach the pack house. The minute I go inside, I know she is gone. Her smell is so faint. Elder Shane and Zane run in, and I can see my brother is about to tear this place to the ground. Zane looks at me. Get yourself under control. Gather the men we need to get to the Crimson Pack before he hurts our mates. I will fucking tear him apart if he hurts a hair on Sarah's head. I know I feel the same way about Emma, but we need to be smart if we want to rescue them. I will call for the rest of the Elder Guards to meet us at the Crimson Pack. Thank you, Elder Shane. We head to the pack yard, and Zane begins to address the pack. Zane POV. We have an enemy to defeat tonight. That enemy has taken both your Luna and Beta female against their will and poses a threat to both their lives. The Luna carries the pack's heir and must be rescued. We will slaughter all that stand against us with Chase Nelson. He is a murderer and has violated the laws we hold most sacred. We leave in 10 minutes for the Crimson Pack, and we will be victorious. Emma POV. I can't open my eyes. I can't even remember what happened. I try to force my eyes open, and then I hear voices I prayed to never hear again in my lifetime. I finally open my eyes enough to see out, and I see the devil himself, talking to that bastard Benjamin. Where the hell in Sarah is my next thought, and then I realize I am not alone in this bed. I can tell she hasn't come to yet. I close my eyes and pretend I am still out, hoping to find out what he plans to do with us. I told you to get me a count of rogues. Why are you here banging on my door, Benjamin? I have the numbers, Alpha Chase. I thought you would want to know immediately, Benjamin says. Don't bullshit me, Benjamin. You want to make sure I am not fucking Sarah. I can feel the blood freeze in my veins when I hear him say about violating Sarah. I can't let that happen. She is so happy with Zane, and they are having a pup. I won't let him ruin that for her. I know I have to persuade him to take his wrath out on me. I open my eyes and I look over and make eye contact with Chase. Good evening, Sleeping Beauty. I'm glad you could join me. Hopefully our other guest will be awake soon. Benjamin, get the fuck out now. I can see he doesn't want to leave, but he turns and leaves the room. Chase follows him and locks the door. I told you, Emma, you were mine, and yet you let that fucking beta inside you and mark you. Now you and Sarah have to suffer for your adultery. Chase, don't do this. I am the one you're angry with. Don't hurt Sarah. Just let her go, and I'll do whatever you say. You don't get it. I am going to hurt Sarah, to hurt you since you care so much about this bitch. Chase, I know there has to be some shred of decency left inside of you, a part of the man I once loved. Please find that and let her go. Chase leans down, putting his nose to mine. That's where you're wrong, whore. I just pretended who I was, and this is the real me. I'm a POV. You are a monster. I try to reach out to Ruby to protect our pup, but whatever he injected me with has suppressed her. You have no idea what a monster I can be, love. Don't call me love. I am nothing to you. I am Xander's mate. As soon as it leaves my mouth, I know I shouldn't have said it, and by the look in his eyes, he is going to make me regret it. He rushes to my side of the bed and thankfully leaves Sarah alone. He slaps me across the face and my cheek is burning. I can feel the tears welling in my eyes, and I fight for them not to fall, and give this bastard the satisfaction that he hurt me. He bends down and grabs my face. Don't piss me off, whore. I was already going to end the fucking beta, so all you're doing is ensuring I torture him before I kill his ass. The tears I was holding back start to flow at the thought of him hurting or killing Xander. Don't worry, I'll keep him alive long enough to feel the pain of me fucking you over and over again. He puts his hand on my throat and slams his lips down on mine. I try to fight him, but the more I do, the more he squeezes, so I relent. That's a good girl, Emma. Now you have the idea. The more you fight, the more I will hurt you. I stay silent, not trying to egg him on any more than I already have. I feel Sarah stir next to me and pray Chase doesn't notice, but unfortunately that is not the case. I see our guest is coming around, then we can have our fun, right, love? This time I say nothing when he calls me love. Chase, please don't hurt her. She is innocent in all this. I know my pleas are falling on deaf ears because he doesn't care, but I still have to try. I'll tell you what, I won't hurt her right now. If you do something for me. I already know what this sick bastard wants, and I feel sick to my stomach thinking about touching him. Sarah is fully awake and pleads with me not to do this to save her pain. I look into her eyes. It will be okay, just look the other way, Sarah. I promise I will be fine. He does exactly what I knew he would do and stands near my face while unzipping his pants. I say a silent prayer to the moon goddess that Xander and Zane get here soon so this bastard won't follow through with his threats completely. I also pray what I am about to do won't hurt Xander too much, since I really don't want to. Goddess, help me get through this. As soon as his member touches my lips, I want to gag, but I bite it back and do what has to be done. When he is finished, he zips his pants. You are still the best at that, love. I say nothing, but Sarah starts to pull against her bindings. You bastard, you are a fucking monster. Chase circles to Sarah's side. Chase, you said you wouldn't hurt her right now, and I did what you asked. Yes, you did, but she should have kept her mouth shut. He slaps Sarah across the face, and I tell her to keep quiet. Next time keep your mouth shut, USLT, or it will be you I use for my pleasure. Sarah stays quiet, thankfully. Chase leaves the room this time, and I can hear him lock the door from the outside. Sarah, are you all right? Please tell me you are. Sarah POV. When I come to, I can hear Emma speaking to someone, and when I look over, it's my worst fear. Then I remember being taken, and that bastard Benjamin. I hope Zane and Xander kill both of them. When I hear Emma begging for him not to hurt me, I feel sick. I don't want her to sacrifice herself again to save me. I have to protect my pup, and we need to get out of this hell. When I realize what he is going to make her do to save me, she tells me to look away. I can't watch him do this to her. After all we have found, I can hear her suffering, and I want to puke and scream at the same time. When he talks to her like she is still his mate, and what happened was voluntary, I lose my shit. I hear him stomping toward me, and I pray he tries to on me, because I will bite it off. As soon as his hand cracks my cheek, I see stars. I have never been hit, but being hit by an alpha is like being hit by a truck. I stay quiet and pray he leaves us alone, as the tears stream down my face. When Emma asks if I'm all right, I don't even know how to answer that question. Of course, I am not all right, but after what she just suffered, I can't make her suffer more. I will be Emma. We just need to get out of here before he comes back. Can you feel Ruby? Because I still can't feel Ariel. I can feel her more, but I can't talk to her yet. They must have given us wolfsbane. Will that hurt our pups? No, I don't think so, depending on how much they gave us. I'm sorry for what you just endured, Emma. Please stop trying to protect me at the cost of yourself. I will always protect you and my pup. Hopefully our mates will be here soon. Xander POV. We are almost to the pack, running at full speed, when I feel pain in my face. What the fuck? It's not my pain, so it must be Emma's. He must be hurting her. I run faster to get to her before he does something worse. We are almost at the pack when I feel a pain in my chest. I know it isn't sex, but he is doing something to her. I'm going to rip him apart. The pain is enough to take me off my feet. I shift and Zane runs up beside me, shifting. Xander, what's happening? We are almost there. He is doing something to Emma. I have a pain in my chest. I see Zane's eyes turn black, and I am sure he is thinking about what he might do to Sarah. We are ready to shift back to get to the pack, and Zane grabs his face. Before he can say anything, he shifts into his wolf and takes off toward the Crimson Pack. We are going to make him suffer and rip him apart for hurting our mates. We reach the pack border 15 minutes later and kill every rogue we come across. We have 200 warriors between ours and the warriors that stood with us from the Crimson Pack. We are joined by another hundreds of the Elder Guards. I can't see anything but red as we rip through rogue after rogue. We finally reach the pack house to find 100 rogues, with that fucker Benjamin standing guard in front of the pack house. I look over at Zane and Mind Link. Who he is I can't even finish the link. And Zane is on him. He is my brother's, and I tell the others not to interfere, only against the rogues. Zane needs this kill, but Chase is mine. The rogues back up and Benjamin stands alone. I guess they don't like him much either. You bastards, Chase will kill you for this, Benjamin screams. I see my brother's wolf tighten, practically smile, and I stand back watching what's sure to be quick. Then it will be on to Chase. Zane POV. When I see the rogues and pack wolf blocking us from getting to Sarah, both myself and Titan are ready to rip them all apart to get to her. Xander mind links me that the pack wolf is Benjamin. I lose all control. I step forward, because I am going to enjoy putting an end to this vile wolf. I hear the mind link when Xander tells no one to interfere, and I am glad. All the rogues step back, and Benjamin starts whining like the little bitch he is. I jump toward him, and he shifts into an average-sized dirty brown wolf. He tries to go for my throat, and I am able to jump out of the way. I spin, biting his hind leg, causing him to howl in pain. I could feel bone break in my jaws. I release his leg to attack him again. He limps and attempts to run from me like the coward that he is. I let out a ground-shattering growl and run at full speed toward him. I bite down on his back, causing him to fall to the ground. When he is down, I look into his evil eyes and finish him by biting down on his throat. I never enjoy killing, but ending this wolf will not cause me to lose any sleep. I shift back and head toward Xander and the others. I address the rogues standing in front of us. You all have a choice to make. You leave this place, never returning, or die here today. I see the wolf I take is in charge step forward and address me. We will leave. This is not what we signed up for, and Chase hasn't delivered on any of his promises. Leave now and never return. They all take off toward the forest, and we head into the pack house. Our pack and the elder guards will be searching for any other wolves that need to be dealt with, but Xander and I will be dealing with Chase. I can smell Sarah, and I see Xander looking toward the same direction. Emma POV. Chase rushes back into the room. Good news, ladies, we are about to have guests. What is happening, Chase? Your mates are here, so we have to get ready. He grabs me first, untying me from the bed and tying me to a chair in the middle of the room in front of the windows. He repeats the same thing with Sarah. There is an empty chair between us. What the fuck are you doing with us? I am about to make you all pay at one time, love. He goes over to a dresser in the room and picks up 2 daggers, and I can feel the fear welling up in my body. He sits between us, and it is silent in the room. I have to get free before he hurts us or our pups. I am starting to feel Ruby more. Ruby, please wake up and help me. He is going to kill our pup. I can feel her trying, but she is still weak. I say a prayer to the moon goddess that Ruby wakes up in time. Xander POV. Once we enter the pack house, I can smell Emma. I look at the stairs and then over to Zane. We both head toward the smells. We come to what I assume would be an alpha floor and begin to walk down the hallway. It's too quiet. I can hear my heart beating. When we are about halfway there, I feel like something isn't right. We hear screams coming from one of the rooms, and we both rush forward. When we get inside, I am barely controlling myself. Chase is sitting in a chair between Emma and Sarah with daggers against both of their stomachs. Both of the girls are tied to the chairs with tears in their eyes. We can probably save our mates, but he will take both our pups. I try to be calm. Pushing him at this moment will not keep them safe. Welcome, gentlemen. I would ask how you've been, but since your mates and pups are about to die, I would say pretty shitty. Chase POV. Congratulations, by the way, Alpha Zane. I heard the heartbeat earlier. That made my plan so much easier. I figure I won't be making it out of this room. But I won't be going alone. Chase, please, don't do this to the pup, Emma pleads. Why do you think I would care? Because of you, I have lost everything, you bitch. Emma's tears do nothing to affect me. I am glad she is crying and scared after all she has taken from me. I swear with all I have in me, if you harm my mate and pup, I will make you wish for death, Zane says. Now, Alpha, you are in no position to threaten me, since I have nothing to lose. Before I get on with my plan, Emma love, why don't you tell Xander what you did for me today, so he can have that to think about after you're gone, that I am the last man to touch you. I see Xander step toward us, and I press the blade to both their stomachs. Zane grabs his brother's arm, and I chuckle, so feisty, beta boy, too bad you won't ever be an alpha. Well, I think we should get this over with so you can suffer the pain you deserve for stealing my mate and my pup. Emma POV. Ruby, please wake up, I need you, I plead. I'm here, Emma, we can stop him together. I could cry for joy when I hear Ruby's voice. I extend my claw behind my chair and cut through the ropes until my hand is free. I wait for my moment, and when I hear him say it's time to get it over with, I link Xander to try to keep him talking a little bit longer. Emma, what are you going to do? Please, I need you. I send love through our bond. Before I make my move, Xander starts to say something to Chase, and when he looks toward him, I bring my hand up, clawing his neck. He immediately raises his hand toward his neck, and all hell breaks loose in the room. I am knocked to the floor, and the last thing I see is Chase lunging toward Xander with the dagger. Please, goddess, don't take him from me. After all we have been through. Xander POV. As soon as Emma slashes Chase's neck with her claw, all hell breaks loose. I try to catch Emma as she falls to the floor, but I don't get to her in time. I see Zane grab Chase and Elder Shane run in at the same time. The Elder injects Chase with what I assume is wolfsbane, and he is out to the world. I can't wait for him to wake up in the dungeon at our pack. I am at Emma's side, untangling her from the ropes and lifting her off the ground. I cover her in a blanket as she and Sarah are wearing next to nothing. I am ready to run her all the way back to the pack, when one of the warriors suggests this pack hospital. I don't really trust them here, but I know she needs the medical attention now. I watch Zane as he is untying a hysterical Sarah and holding her to calm her down. He helps her slip a dress back on and continues to hold her. As we descend the stairs, Kevin comes rushing toward us. Is the bastard dead? Just as he says it, the elders are carrying an unconscious Chase down the stairs. Not yet, my friend, but he will be after he suffers at our hands. Elder Shane and the guards leave, taking Chase to the dungeon at the Wildfire Pack. Kevin smiles at me. Where is the pack, doctor? All the pack members who didn't follow Chase are locked up downstairs in the dungeon. She is down there with Cassie and Neil. I see Sarah's head snap to Kevin. I yell for one of the warriors to free all the prisoners and bring the doctor, Cassie, and Neil to the pack hospital. I see tears in Sarah's eyes that I assume are happiness that her cousin is still alive. As we walk toward the pack hospital, I ask Kevin how Cassie and Neil are alive. When I saw what he was willing to do to his best friend, I knew that everything he was saying was a lie. I only followed him, as did the other warriors, because we thought he was better than what was being said about him. I am truly sorry for that. When he told me to get rid of both Cassie and Neil, I told him I did it, but I put them in the dungeon with the other prisoners. They were able to hide them from the rogues, since there were so many prisoners. Sarah releases her hold on Zane and runs toward Kevin, wrapping her arms around him. Needless to say, that did not make my brother happy, but he didn't protest. Sarah returned to Zane's side, and he pulled her in tight. We arrived at the PAC hospital, and the PAC doctor met us in the waiting room. After Kevin told us she wouldn't stand with Chase, I feel a bit better about her treating Emma. She and some nurses take Emma to the back and try to insist I need to remain in the waiting area. That is never fucking happening. When they see my face, they don't try to force the issue. I head back to the exam room, and the others have a seat in the waiting area. Zane POV. When I see Emma slash that bastard's neck, I seize my opportunity the moment I have him, and Elder Shane injects him. I feel my body relax slightly until I turn to my love, who is now hysterical. Sarah, I need you to calm down, love. It's over. You're safe, and Emma's safe. He can't hurt you anymore. I managed to undo her bindings and take her into my arms. I hate that he saw her like this, but I would never want her to feel bad, so I just reach down and hand her the dress off the floor. She slips it over her head, and I take her back into my arms. I never want to let her go again. The elder guards take that piece of SHT down the stairs and will return him to my packed dungeon. When we get to the bottom of the stairs, Kevin is waiting. When Kevin tells Xander that Cassie and Neil are alive, Sarah stiffens in my arms. I can feel the sobs as they rack through her body. I start to rub her hair to calm her down. I know it's tears of happiness that her cousin is alive, but I hate to see her like this. I put my hand on her stomach, and she quiets, smiling at me. We head toward the hospital, and when we are almost there, Kevin tells us he is the one that saved Cassie and Neil. Sarah jumps out of my arms, running and hugging Kevin. I again want to flip SHT. She is touching another male, but I know she needs to say thank you, and I stay quiet. As soon as she is back by my side, I can't help but to pull her in tight. We arrive at the hospital. They take Emma back, and we sit and wait. A few minutes later, the door opens, and Sarah is out of her seat. Sarah POV. After Emma again sacrifices herself to save both of us, all I can do is worry about her being okay. When Kevin tells us that my cousin is alive, I am in shock. When we are sitting in the waiting room to find out about Emma's condition, I pray that she and the pup will be fine. I am leaning against Zane when the door to the waiting room opens, and the best sight I've seen in days walks in. I jump up and run to Cassie, wrapping my arms around her. Cassie, I can't believe you're alive. I let my tears flow, and I don't even care that I look like a blubbering idiot. Cassie is trying to calm me, but I don't know if it's the hormones or what. I can't stop crying. Zane comes toward me, and I release Cassie and hug him tight. He reaches out and shakes Neil's hand. It's good to see you both safe. We were told you were dead. That's why Sarah is so emotional. That's not the only reason. I sniffle and say to Cassie, "What's going on, Sarah?" "We are going to have a pup." Cassie smiles and hugs me. "That's so awesome, so are we." I hug her again, and I thank the moon goddess that everything is working out. I just need Emma to wake up and be okay. Xander POV. I am sitting at Emma's bedside. After the doctor just checked her over, she thinks Emma will wake up soon. All of her vitals are stable. She checked on Scarlett, and she looks good too. "Emma, I need you to wake up, love. It's over. Chase is in custody, and soon will be no more. We can live our lives in peace and raise our beautiful daughter to be a strong she-wolf. I know you can hear me, and I will be here when you wake up, precious." Zane POV. As we sit and wait for word on Emma, I can't stop touching Sarah. I think about how I could have lost her and our pup. She must feel what I'm thinking about through our bond. She reaches and takes my face in her hands. I am here and fine, my love. Nothing happened to me besides a slap on my face. You saved me and our pup, so stop thinking about what if. We are going to grow old together. I smile and kiss her lips, forgetting that we have an audience. I hear Cassie say, "Get a room, you two," and giggle. Sarah pulls away but buries her head in my chest. I love how easily she gets embarrassed. The doctor comes out just to let us know what is happening with Emma. She is stable, but she hasn't woken up yet. We will just have to wait for her to be ready to wake up. I can see the worry on Sarah's face, but I have no doubt that Emma will return to my brother. She is strong. Emma POV. My mind feels fuzzy when I open my eyes. I am near a stream. How did I get here? Where is everyone? I hear a soft voice and turn to see a woman in a green dress with long red hair. Who are you? Where am I? We only have so much time, my child, so I need you to have a seat so we can talk. Moon Goddess, is that truly you? Am I dead? Please don't let me be dead and leave Xander. She chuckles. I know you have many questions, and I will do my best to answer them. Moon Goddess POV. Emma, my child, you are in no way dead. Do you really think after all you have been through and what you have found I would take it from you? I gave you a second chance because you truly deserved it. I apologize for Chase. As much as I do for my children, not all can be saved. He was never meant to be as greedy and power-hungry as he became. He started with a pure soul, and over the years it turned black despite me giving you to him. His punishment in death will be far worse than what your mate is going to do to him in life. I promise you that. As much as I would have liked to interfere with all the suffering he caused you, that is something I am never allowed to do. You all have free will, as it should be. Now, enough about him. Let's talk about you and the beautiful girl in your belly. Your daughter will be strong and kind. She will be very special to me, and she will not resemble Chase in any way. Xander and Scarlet are my gift to you for all you endured. Speaking of, your mate is waiting for you, and it's time I sent you back. Thank you, Moon Goddess, for all you have given me. I am blessed and grateful. It's time, child. Close your eyes and concentrate on thoughts of your mate. I will be watching over you all. Emma POV. I close my eyes and picture Xander's handsome face. I begin to blink, and I can tell I am in a hospital when my eyes open fully. Emma of my goddess, you're awake. You scared the SHT out of me, he says while kissing me all over my face. I'm fine, my love. Better than fine. I am free. I love you, Xander, and I will be grateful every day of my life that you were my second chance. I tell Xander about my visit with the Moon Goddess and all that she told me. That's amazing, precious. I knew how special you were the moment I laid eyes on you. How is Sarah, Xander? She is safe because of you, my love. Where is Sarah and Zane now? Do you want me to go get them? Are you up to see everyone? Yes. Please bring them in so I can see her for myself. Xander leaves, and a few minutes later he returns, followed by Zane and Sarah. I know my face looks comical with the level of shock I feel when I see Cassie and Neil enter my room. Sarah and Cassie come over to me, taking turns hugging me. Cassie, oh my God, you're alive. And Neil, how is this possible? Kevin saved us when Chase told him to kill us. That's wonderful. I'm so glad you are both safe. Not that I want to ask this question, but where is the monster? Xander speaks up after a growl. He is in the dungeon awaiting a visit from Zane and I. I smile about what the Moon Goddess told me Chase is in for. I am not a mean woman, but I hope he gets everything he deserves. Can we have the doctor check me out so we can head home? Xander smiles. I'll see if I can find her. About 10 minutes later the doctor comes in after everyone, but Xander leaves and checks me out. She calls me fit and releases me to go home. We decide to take the pack vehicles since I can't shift anymore. Xander POV. We arrive at the pack about an hour and a half later. Both Sarah and Emma are exhausted, so we take them to our respective floors to put them to bed before we head to the dungeon. Before I leave Emma to meet Zane in the dungeon, she stops me. Xander, I know you are not going to want me to do this, but before you kill Chase, I need to say something to him. Emma, I really don't want you anywhere near that bastard, even if he is chained up. I know, but I just need to say this to him for myself. Okay, but I don't want you close to him at all. Absolutely, I will stand away from him. Thank you, Xander. We head downstairs together, because I don't want her to see what he looks like. When we're done, Zane sees us walking toward the door and links me. Why is she here? She can't be part of this. She'll never be able to live with torturing him. I link back. She is leaving after she says something to him that she needs for closure. We walk in together, and I hold Emma's hand until we are in front of the cell, holding Chase. He already looks pitiful, because Elder Shane must have taken his pound of flesh for Elder William. He looks up at Emma, and I can see the hate he has all over his face. Emma POV. Did you come to gloat, you whore? Nope. I came to tell you that I forgive you, and I will forget you. All you have done to me will just be a bad memory, but I am going to have a wonderful life with our daughter. I point to myself and Xander. He growls, but he looks pathetic. I have one more message I think the moon goddess would want me to deliver. Whatever happens to you right now at the hands of my mate and Zane will be nothing compared to what she does to you when this life is over. For the first time in our lives, I see fear in Chase's eyes. I kiss Xander and hug Zane before I walk out of the dungeon and head back to our room to rest. Xander POV. After Emma kisses me and leaves, I can feel her peace through our bond. After the door closes, I block my bond with Emma, so she can't feel the anger I am about to unleash. I turn to Chase, and I can feel Fang coming to the surface. I look to Zane, and he smiles. He links me. This is your show. I'll get my pound of flesh for what he did to Sarah, but you are ending him. I nod my head and walk over to the table. I extend my claw from my hand and dip my nails in silver. I come to stand in front of Chase. Fuck you, Beta. I may be a beta, but I have the best mate and pup, I say before thrusting my claw into his abdomen. He screams out, the silver preventing him from healing. I would buckle up, Chase. It's going to be a long night. I continue to puncture with silver all over his body. He is bleeding from about 15 different puncture holes. I grab a syringe off the table with a small dose of wolfsbane to incapacitate his wolf further. I take a silver-laced collar and place it around his neck. By morning his wolf will be gone. At this point he is begging for death. You deserve no mercy. You were willing to kill your own pup. He drops his head and I walk over to Zane and nod toward Chase. Zane POV. You deserve a slow and painful death, and that is exactly what you will have. When we finish torturing you, we will let you hang here and suffer until tomorrow. When we come back, we will think about ending your pathetic life. I walk up to Chase, and I look him in the eyes. You saw my mate as I should only see her, so I am going to take your sight from you. I extend my claws and reach up to his face, slashing through both his eyes. He screams and it's like music to my ears. You will never see another thing, you sick bastard. I turn to Xander. Are you done for tonight, brother? Yes. I think he should hang here and suffer with his whole body broken until tomorrow. I agree. Have a good night, asshole. He is still screaming, but once we leave nothing can be heard through the dungeon walls. I tell the guard that no one goes into that cell. He nods his head in agreement. We walk to the pack house, and I hug Xander before we head to our mate. Xander POV. I wake and Emma is in my arms, where she belongs. My arm is resting across her baby bump. I start to rub when I feel a little kick. Fang, that was amazing, my pup just kicked. Despite Scarlet not coming from my seed, Fang has made a connection with her, which is amazing. She is kicking because she recognizes me as her daddy. I put my face near Emma's belly. Hello, sweet girl Scarlet. Daddy loves you. She kicks again against my cheek. I feel a hand in my hair, and Emma's sweet voice. She recognizes her daddy's voice. I won't stand a chance when she is born. She is already a daddy's girl. She chuckles and I kiss her belly. I sit up and kiss her lips. How are you feeling, precious? I am wonderful. How about you? Couldn't be any better than I am right now. We have to meet with Elder Shane this morning, and I would like to have that dinner with Dad tonight, since we never got to have it. Absolutely, my love. I better get up and showered so we can get to our meeting. I have other ideas, because we still have time. I don't want to spoil the mood, but I know Emma well enough to know that whatever Chase did to her is probably weighing on her mind. Emma, I want you to know that whatever happened with Chase, that you did to save your life, I understand, and you shouldn't carry any guilt for. I see the tears well up in her eyes. Do you want to tell me what happened? Emma nods her head and tells me what he made her do. I am glad we didn't kill that prick last night, because I am going to enjoy finishing him off today after what she just told me. I'm so sorry, Xander, I swear, I didn't want to do it, but I knew what he would do to Sarah and me. Don't you ever apologize. I know you had no choice and the only person that has any blame is Chase. Thank you for not hating me. I love you, Xander. I love you more, precious. I show her all morning how much I love her before we get out of bed for our meeting. Zane POV. When I wake up, Sarah isn't in bed, and I panic a little until I hear her retching in the bathroom. I rush to the bathroom and hold her hair back. Are you okay, my love? I hand her a washcloth, and she wipes her mouth. I will be just some morning sickness. Emma had it, remember? I do. I just hate to see you sick. I'm okay with it. I am growing a part of you and me that's worth any sickness. I kiss her forehead, and I help her up. We have a meeting with Elder Shane this morning. I invited Cassie and Neil. She looks at me confused. Neil said he wanted to speak to all of us, so I figured the meeting would kill two birds with one stone. She smiles. Sounds good. I'm going to jump in the shower to get ready. Do you need any help? She giggles. I think I can manage, but if you want to join me, I won't kick you out. I smile and we get into the shower. Emma POV. We are finished getting dressed to head to our meeting. I didn't want to talk to Xander about what happened, but I'm honestly glad. There is no secrets between us. Even though I know I had no choice, I still felt guilty for what I had to do. Xander comes out of the closet, and we head downstairs. When we walk into the conference room, everyone is already seated. Zane, Sarah, Neil, Cassie and Elder Shane are talking when we take our seats. We all look toward Elder Shane. Neil POV. Thank you all for meeting with me today, Elder Shane says. I just wanted to thank you all for your parts in bringing Chase to justice. I know you will be carrying out his punishment today, and this whole ordeal can be behind you. He turns toward me. Neil, I know you wanted to speak to all of us. Please let us know what is on your mind. I wanted to thank you all for saving Cassie and myself. I will forever be in your debt. When we were in the dungeon, we discussed our future and we have decided we would like to make some changes. I would like to return to my role as beta of the Crimson Pack, which of course would make Cassie the beta female. That's concerning, as betas typically becomes alpha when there is no heir left to take the position. I do understand that, Elder, but I have a suggestion that I believe will make the most sense. I am willing to take your suggestion under consideration. I believe that Xander should become the alpha and Emma Luna once again. I see Xander's eyes get big, and he starts to protest. I am the beta of the Wildfire Pack. I can't leave my brother. I believe that you and Scarlet are the rightful alphas. I see Elder Shane smile, and he nods at me. He turns toward Xander and Zane. Zane POV. When Neil says, it should be Xander, I am torn. I love my brother, and I don't want him to be away from me, but I know that he was meant for this role. His daughter is the rightful heir to the pack, and he should absolutely be alpha. When he automatically says no, I know it's because of me. Elder Shane turns toward us, and I nod at him. Xander, they are right. My brother snaps his head toward me. I will not leave our pack and you. I am the beta. No, you are not, and you never should have been. I let you dig in your heels and not share alpha duties because I was happy to be alpha, but you are an alpha too. I see the conflict on his face. It is time you took on the role you were born for. We will always be together no matter how far away you live. Our packs will be allies, brother. I agree with Neil and Zane, you are the best alpha the pack could have, Elder Shane says. Xander POV. I can't believe what they are all suggesting. I can't leave my pack, or my brother. I see him every day. Now, I won't be able to do that running a pack. I need to talk to Emma and Zane alone before I make any decisions. I appreciate everything you have all said, and I will take some time before I give you an answer. Everyone nods at me, and I get up followed by Emma. When we get back to our floor, I sit in our couch, and she sits beside me. I can't believe they are even suggesting me leaving my pack. I look at Emma, and I already know I am not going to like what she is about to say. Why don't you want to do this, Xander? I won't see my brother, and I love my pack. I don't care what title you hold, I love you as a beta, an alpha, or if you were an omega. I smile, because I know how true that is. Don't get mad when I say this to you, but I think you're afraid besides the other two reasons you named. I don't want to admit it, but she is right. It has been easier to be beta and follow Zane's lead. I was the support instead of being in charge. I will support you no matter what decision you make, but I want you to know I have faith that you would be a wonderful alpha to the Crimson Pack. She leans in and kisses me before she gets up, heading into our room, leaving me to think about what I want to do.